Again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Frankie Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Frankie Rose.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Think Tank. Okay, so between the last stream and now, something really interesting happened. Turtleboy has some more charges. So he was supposed to get out of the Who Scout today, and it's not happening. So he's got 2 more. So he probably will not be out before her trial starts, which is rather interesting to me. You know what I mean? Because he had lots he was going to say. He had lots to say. I was surprised. It was like, what? Ooh, no, I was not surprised. Is probably, I guess, more like it. But oh my word. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Our Emily Maha is live outside the courthouse in Dedham. And Emily, a lot of strong reactions there tonight.
Well, Sean, Jen, Aidan Carney's lawyer, calling the judge's decision disgusting. Tonight, the well-known blogger will not be going home, instead heading to the House of Corrections. This is the moment the blogger known as Turtleboy walked out of the courthouse in shackles. Carney is charged with intimidating a witness and assault and battery on a household member. The prosecutor says he shoved his ex-girlfriend, who's also a witness in the ongoing murder investigation of Boston police officer John O'Keefe.
So yeah, this just happened a little while ago. Like this just happened. It's like, what?
Investigators say O'Keefe was killed by his girlfriend, Karen Reed. Carney's lawyer says the allegations are lies, saying the woman claimed to be pregnant and asked Carney to come over while she took an abortion pill. His lawyer says Carney recorded that conversation and posted it online. It was played in the courtroom today before the judge made his decision. You can hear the gasp from those inside as the judge revoked Carney's bail, his lawyer then taking to the courtroom steps.
Allowing the Commonwealth's motion to revoke Mr. King's bail without.
We're completely disgusted after making that presentation that he's going to be held. The judge made his decision and we're going to review it. We're going to do everything we can.
Carney showed little emotion after learning he'd be heading to the House of Corrections. He had just been in court last week after a grand jury returned a 16-count indictment, all connected to intimidating witnesses in the Karen Reed case. Now, Carney will be back in court next month for these charges. The judge warning him to have no contact with his ex-girlfriend, saying, do not call her from the House of Corrections.
Aidan Curity faced.
What do you think, guys? Unreal. He looked shocked. Actually, everybody looked shocked. That was a big gasp. Oh la. Yep. Yep. Ooh. Okay, so I'll just bring you over here. To move you. So it's not a great copy, but it is a copy. So this is from the Norfolk Superior Court on the 4th Thursday of February 2024. The defendant willfully either directly or indirectly did attempt to cause physical, emotional, economic injury to or intimidate or harass another person. So, okay. To wit. Okay, this is hard to see. who is a witness or potential witness, or it says D, but a family member or person, something in this section with intent to or with reckless disregard for the fact that it may, 1, impede or obstruct, delay, prevent, or otherwise interfere with a criminal investigation at any stage, a grand jury proceeding, a motion hearing, a trial, or other criminal proceedings of any type of violation of. And then the signature. Commonwealth versus Aiden Timothy Kearney, February 22nd. So this is for Thursday in February 2024. The defendant did willfully commit an interception of any wire oral communication of Lindsay Gatlin. I think that's Shufta. Dated yesterday again. And that's what they've got. Hola, you guys. In another case, Kearney is accused of shoving his ex-girlfriend, who was also a witness in the ongoing M investigation of Boston police officer John O'Keefe, who investigators say was by his girlfriend. Reed is accused of hitting O'Keefe with her vehicle outside of a home in Canton on January 29, 2022. Reed and her defense team claim she is a victim of a cover-up. They claim O'Keefe was beaten inside the home, bitten by a dog, and then left outside. She has pled not guilty to the charges, including second-degree M. Kearney had posted prolifically about the Reed case, pushing the defense's theory.
Evidence that can help prove their case.
Yeah, guys, I'll start back a little bit.
Ben, we've been going through these court documents, and we can tell you some of the details are explosive. Prosecutors say they have DNA evidence that can help prove their case. Prosecutors say they have DNA evidence linking Karen Reed to the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. New court documents show the state police crime lab discovered the victim's DNA present on the broken taillight and microscopic pieces of red and clear apparent plastic located in the victim's clothing. They say it was consistent with the broken pieces of plastic from the defendant's right rear taillight. Reed is accused of hitting O'Keefe and leaving him to die outside a Canton home in 2022. Prosecutors say she went back the next morning and said, "I hit him, I hit him, I hit him." The latest court filing also reveals voicemails and texts prosecutors believe point to problems in their relationship. Prosecutors say Reed is...
It's a little surprising. They're just getting everything thrown right now, thrown right at them. It's like, whoa.
On a voicemail screaming, "John, I expletive hate you." They also say she calls him a pervert and accuses the victim of expletive, another girl. Reed has pleaded not guilty to murder and motor vehicle homicide charges. Her defense lawyers say she's a victim of a police cover-up. They claim O'Keefe was beaten inside the home and attacked by a dog, then left outside. Prosecutors say they sent evidence to a veterinary forensic laboratory that concluded there was no canine DNA associated with the swabs taken from the victim's clothing in the areas of the victim's injuries. Prosecutors have also said human hair found on the back of Reed's SUV is undergoing DNA testing. Now, we did reach out to Karen Reed's attorneys and did not hear back. Now, this case has attracted the attention of a local blogger known as Turtleboy, who is now charged with witness intimidation in the case. He's expected in court tomorrow. We're live here in Dedham. Sharman Sketty, WCVB News Center.
So, yeah. Court documents obtained last month reveal that investigators allegedly possess evidence of frequent communication between Kearney and Reed. According to the document, Reed provided Kearney with information about the case that was not public. The two allegedly spoke for dozens of hours by phone and also communicated through intermediaries while publicly denying they were in contact. Through many of Reed's pretrial hearings before his arrest, Kearney sat in the courtroom a few rows behind the defense table. He was often visible in the background while attorneys spoke at a courtroom podium in the coverage of the high-profile hearings. Kearney previously lost his bid to have the court lift an order requiring that he stay away from witnesses and alleged victims in the Reed case, and a judge denied an emergency motion in which he sought the return of electronic devices seized during the search of his home. Hola! What the hell, guys? Okay, we've looked at that. Blogger Turtleboy released from jail after being hit with new charges. Controversial blogger known as Turtleboy, who's become well known in Massachusetts for his part in the Karen Reed investigation, was indicted on 2 new charges on Friday. A Norfolk grand jury on Thursday indicted Kearney on the charges of harassing a witness and intercepting wire or oral communications from a woman. According to the documents, the woman had the heart of the new charges for alleged misconduct in Medfield on about December 23rd is one of those allegations that prompted assault and battery and witness intimidation charges against Kearney 3 days later. Kearney pled not guilty to the additional charges at the hearing that was already scheduled for Friday, today, where a judge also considered whether he should be released on bail. She ruled he be released on personal recognizance. Kearney had posted online Thursday night about expecting to be able to leave custody at Friday's bail hearing. After being released, he spoke emotionally about his 60-day jail stint being the toughest in his life. Kearney faces separate charges, also including witness intimidation, for alleged misconduct involving witness and investigators in the Karen Reed investigation, which is supposed to go to trial on March 12th. Kearney, who lives in Holden and has blogged about Boston area news for years, rose to a new level of prominence while writing about the Reed case and the explosive allegations from her lawyers, which prosecutors have strictly denied that she was framed in a complex cover-up over the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. So the prosecutors have said that Kearney was fed confidential information by Reed and her attorneys in effort to taint the investigation, and that he worked with a police dispatcher to intimidate 3 people, including a Massachusetts State Police investigator working on the case. This week, prosecutors said that they had the new DNA evidence showing O'Keefe was likely struck by Reed's vehicle. The woman at the center of the new case, who claimed to be Kearney's ex-girlfriend, has said she was given a subpoena related to the investigation, and they agreed he would go to her apartment to talk about it. During this 3 to 4 day period, she claimed he threatened to release information, personal information, and explicit photos of her, and ultimately pushed her into the couch. So there's that. Okay, this is something else we should look at. Oh, where is everybody? I bet that's really hard to see. Let me see if I can bump this up a little bit more for you. Okay. And where's my slider? So who's who? Let me see. Can everybody see this okay? How are we doing? Hello, 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 everybody. So this was made by Sleuthy Goosey. I'm not sure if she's got a channel or not. I met her on Twitter a long time ago. Don't know her well, but one thing I do know about her is that she loves to research and she loves to make, help me here, guys. She loves to break everything down. She's going to give us we've got the timeline, we've got who's who, we got witnesses, documents, discovery, law enforcement, Morrissey. Somewhere down there is also Turtleboy. So let me see. I thought before we go too far into this, we should probably get to know everybody who is involved. I think that's a really good way to start with this trial coming up. She does, doesn't she? She does great work. All righty, I'm going to move this up here for now. And I just want to see how I maneuver this. No, it's not it at all. Who's who? Oh, there it is. Okay, I need a little sip of my liquid. So probably the best way for us to do this is for me to go through all the way what is like all the way across, so we've got like a really good idea. Addresses. So there's it's jam-packed full of information, guys. So I'm going to do this. Does she have a YouTube channel? Okay. I should probably, if anybody can grab that for me, I'd really appreciate it, mods. I put an interview in Discord if you want to watch. So let me see here. Do you know why he's not a teacher anymore? I'm going to pop over to Discord and see what's going on here. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So we start here on line 4, it looks like. So we have Adam Lally. They call him Lunchbox. He is an attorney prosecuting Karen Reed. So in here it says that he's a lawyer prosecuting Karen Reed. It gives that 34 Fairview Road at the crime scene of homeowners Brian and Nicole Albert. So next we have Alan Jackson. Isn't that a country singer? Attorney defending Karen Reed. So I see that she ticked off for Karen Reed, also a lawyer. Karen Reed's defense attorney. And then gives John O'Keefe's address and home. John O'Keefe, niece, nephew of Karen. Small areas. Angel, I'm going to say Kate. I'm not sure. Who is she? Just gives her address and nothing is, so I don't know who she is. Beverly, okay, this is the Canoon. They call her Auntie Bev, Benzo Bev, and she's the judge. Norfolk County Superior Judge won't get off Karen's case even though time's up. Okay. And on here she's ticked her off as the judge. And the judge is associated with Chris, Julie, and Colin Albert. Isn't that interesting? So she is friends with some of these players. So then we have Brian Albert, Boston Police Department, owner of 34 Fairview. Part of the Fugitive Task Force. Also a negotiator. Hold on here. Part of a Fugitive Task Force, also an actor, sorry, and then lol in brackets. 3 movies, including Boston's Finest and trained MMA fighter. Brian Albert. So he is associated with the Alberts, of course. He's an Albert. He also knows the McCabe's, and he's also a cop. Brian Albert. I need to follow him across. Brian Albert. Come on, come on, come on. So it looks like he was part of the Waterfall Bar and Grill group. Do I have that one right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Maybe I need to do it this way. So then we got Brian Albert Jr., the birthday boy. So he's the one. He is the son of a cop. And it was at his house that everybody ended up. He's living with his parents. And at first they said that he was nowhere. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get back there. Sorry, guys. So he had friends over the night of John's death for a birthday party at his parents' house. So, okay, he's an Albert. He knows the McCabe's. He knows the cops. Importance. D&E Pizza, known for mediocre chicken parmesan. Formerly owned by Chris. Okay, by Chris Albert. Isn't that amazing? So Brian Higgins. Nicknames Higgins. Friend of John and Karen and the Alberts, and an ATF agent. Inside 34 Fairview, the night of John's death, went to Canton Police Department at 1:30 a.m. to do paperwork. So he is one of the people that were in that house. That house was full of cops. Full of cops. Hey, American, good to see you there. Okay. And if you weren't a cop, you're related to the cop. ATF agent and a friend of the Alberts and the McCabe's. Importance, he's part of the Canton Police Department. Many people hashed Higgins went there at 1:30. Brian Lucky Lowran will say, that's what it looks like to me. Nickname Lucky, snowplow driver for the town of Canton. So we know that this is important because he went past that house more than once. The first time he didn't because there was a car on the road. And the second time he came back, he was able to see clearly that nobody was laying on the front yard splayed out. So yes, he plowed 34 Fairview and did not see a body at 2:30 a.m. Shortly after that, saw Ford Edge parked in front of where John's body was later found. A Ford Edge. So he's a town employee and also part of the board. Importance, where Karen's car was towed from. Associated with Karen's parents' house. So that must be where he picked up the vehicle. Brian Tully. Relationship, Mass State Police. Brian Tully. Okay. Caitlin Albert, daughter of Brian and Nicole Albert, allegedly left 34 Fairview 3 minutes before John O'Keefe arrived. Investigator for the Attorney General's office. Friends with Kate McLaughlin, including on Venmo, and she is the witness who claims Karen said, "I hit him, I hit him, I hit him." Oh, yeah. So Caitlin Albert is, of course, an Albert, knows the McCabe's, knows the police, knows the lawyers, works for as investigator for the Massachusetts Attorney General. These are the people that were hanging out, These are the friends. Anybody wonders why they don't want stuff to get out, we'll just check out the names of these people and their titles. Holy. So, guys, is this breakdown helping you guys at all kind of get to know who these people are? I'm hoping it's a positive. Like I'm trying to get everyone to know who these people are because their names pop up all over the place. Her DNA was inside the taillight. I'm so confused. Yeah. Yeah, MMA fighter by the sounds of things. Yeah, Benzo Bev. That's what I think. The bruises left on the body from impact of a vehicle is not there in this case. No. No. It is helpful? Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. Okay. I do wanna follow this trial, so I just thought maybe if we go through this stuff, everyone will have a good idea, and when we get to the trial, as people come up, it'll be like, "Oh, okay, well, that's from here, and he's from there," and what have you. If this makes it to trial, what do you guys think? Is this gonna make it to trial? I am curious to know. Okay, let's get back at it. Let me check this out first. Very good then. So we've got Catherine Doody. Is that right? Doody, the daughter of the town administrator. I'm going to do this. And she's on the Canton Select Board. Her dad, Charles, works for the town of Canton. Charles Doody, town administrator. Knows the Alberts. He's a town employee and also on the select board. Chloe, Brian and Nicole Albert's family German Shepherd. Now we're going to want to remember Chloe. So Chloe is missing. She's the family dog for many years, but didn't like strangers, according to Brian. 4 months after John's death in May 2022, she suddenly started biting people, sent 2 people to the hospital, and Brian got rid of the dog, and they say that he's hiding the location of where Chloe is. Because if those injuries, this is Chloe, and those are the injuries. A little bit closer. Doesn't that so much look like it might be from dog bites? I'm just curious, guys. And I'm not picking sides here. I'm just going by what my eyes tell me. Look like dog bites to me. Just all of a sudden biting. Yeah. I ask why. It does not look like bites to you? No? Okay. Okay. You think that looks like a car went over that? I don't think so either. No, I don't think so either. So when dogs bite, like when German Shepherds bite, they grab on and they pull. I've been bit by a German Shepherd and it bit and pulled. So the scar, I don't know, the scar is here and then it goes like, sorry, I'm doing it from the wrong way, from here, and then it goes down. Like it pulled, the dog pulled. So it ended up being like, you want that picture again? Yeah. You think it does look like? No, I don't think that's a cocktail glass. Yep. I agree with you, Tony. So a while back, I used attorney Melanie Little had sounds bizarre, but kind of like a dog bite expert, and the in his mind, it was perfectly clear that they were dog bites. Now, from my experience, just being bit, I've been bit by a few dogs, um, but the German Shepherd clamped and pulled. Little ankle biters, they just yank and fast, right? You get like little circled or half moon teeth marks. But the Shepherd, it bit down and it pulled. So it just, I don't know, guys. I mean, everyone's going to have their own opinion, right? I mean, I was not there, so. All right. So, okay, so Chloe was the Albert's dog, Albert's longtime family dog. And she's just missing. Don't know where. Don't know. Chloe's just gone. So Christopher Albert, nickname Chicken Parm Charlie. Okay. Brian's brother, Colin's dad, and Julie's husband. So Brian's brother, Colin's dad, and Julie's husband. Elected to the Canton Board of Selectmen, which controls the Canton Police Department and Department of Public Works. All right. Colin Albert, nickname is Bang Bang Albert. Son of Chris Albert, nephew of Brian Albert. Likes to fight. Notorious for hating John O'Keefe. Was definitely inside 34 Fairview the night of the M, but police have denied that for a year. He's an Albert. He knew John O'Keefe. He's an Albert. He knows the McCabe's and the cops. He's on the select board. Courtney Proctor, sister of Trooper Michael Proctor, tags Colin Albert all over Facebook, is the reason everybody knows there's a long family connection between the Proctors and the Alberts. Knows the Alberts, McCabe's, the cops. Married to lead investigator Michael Proctor, so she's married to a cop. Daniel O'Shea is a judge, Norfolk County Superior Court judge, and was here before Auntie Bev butted in. Okay. So was here before Auntie Bev butted in. So he must have been the original judge. David Yannetti is an attorney representing Karen Reed. And Karen's Reed attorney. Dana White. We know nothing. Elizabeth Little is an attorney representing Karen Reed, the blonde girl in court with David and Ellen. And again, Karen Reed's defense attorney. Elizabeth Proctor, wife of Trooper Michael Proctor. Nothing, honey. Greg Henning, an attorney, Brian Albert's attorney, fighting for him to not have to turn over his phone. So what the frick is that? Knows the Alberts and is Brian Albert's attorney. Brian Albert's attorney fighting for him to not have to turn over his phone. So, I mean, this is another one of those situations. Does this mean because he doesn't want to hand over the phone that it might have something to do with the crime? All these people in positions of authority, and not one of them came out of that house when a unalive police officer was discovered on their lawn. Doesn't make any sense. No, and when they called 911, how is it they put it? Somebody's passed out in the front yard. Not a cop, not a friend, just somebody. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to go back and... Oh, yeah. I mean, the marks don't look far enough apart. It would just be canines, right? It would just be canines. Just the fangs. That's all that's showing. And in the odd place, they say where there's 3. What the bite expert said is that the third one is the bottom 2 teeth, for whatever reason, every once in a while leave that mark. I don't know. It's a hard one. Claws wouldn't, from dogs, would never go that deep, in my opinion. Thought I seen Mom. Bit by a very large rot rescue. It was slices from the upper canine teeth. That's what that bite expert was saying about these. That is something I think about very much. Lack of bruising from an impact that supposedly threw him 10 yards is inexplicable. That is exactly how I feel, Perry. And generally, when somebody gets hit by a vehicle, their shoes fly off, they don't end, you're not going to back up fast enough. I mean, who the hell are they? Mario Andretti? She's not going to back up far enough to send that guy 12 feet into the yard without bruises on anywhere near the knees, anywhere near the waist, which is usually where these marks show up, right? And how do you end up with a couple black eyes? Are you trying to say he was sitting cross-legged in the middle of the road waiting for her to back up over him? I don't know. Like, oh la, guys. Exactly. How do you have those head injuries when there was a foot of snow on the ground? That also does not make sense. Yours did? You see, when I got bit on the hand, the one I was just showing you, it was only one tooth that got me. I only got it from one tooth and it sliced down. So I've been the nicest dogs ever, but I've been bitten the ass by a Saint Bernard, and that was just a chomp. I've been bit by many ankle biters, and they're just, like I say, half moons. I've been bit by so many animals, you wouldn't believe it. Yeah, my bite had a greater distance between them, but not an expert. And neither am I. I mean, all we can really go off of is personal experience, right? That makes sense, yeah. Bite marks will also depend on dog's mouth position and direction the person pulls away from the dog. No, all good, sweet misery. All good. Okay, let's get back. Heather Rotting Sullivan. Rotting. No thanks. I'd be changing my last name or not taking his. Heather Rotting Sullivan. And not saying why she's important. So Helena Rafferty is the chief of Canton Police Department. Cop, town employee, chief of police in the Canton Police Department. The local boss. Irene Scorti-Bello, state medical examiner, and performed the autopsy of John O'Keefe, easily influenced by law enforcement. Okay, guys. I don't think we'll look at the links. Not for that. I don't know what's in there. She's a state expert. She performed the autopsy on John O'Keefe. Okay. Jennifer McCabe, Nicole Albert's sister and Brian's sister-in-law. So many things, but mostly importantly, Googled Haas Long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m. Yep, Jennifer McCabe was the first friend of John and Karen, called the morning she couldn't find him. Was with Karen and Carrie Roberts when they found John. Claims she heard Carrie say a bunch of times that she hit John. Knows John O'Keefe, sister-in-law to Brian Albert, friend of John O'Keefe. Jill Daniels, Julie Albert's sister, Chris Albert's sister-in-law. All right. That's Jill Daniels. John Connolly is part of the Canton Select Board. John O'Keefe, the victim, Boston police officer. Of course, knows Karen Reed, the Alberts and McCabe's, the police, and is on the Canton Select Board. Victim, Boston police officer Karen Reed's boyfriend. Officer John O'Keefe, rest in peace. John R. McCourt. Okay. Julie Albert, Chris Albert's wife and Colin Albert's mother. She knows John O'Keefe. She is an Albert. She knows the McCabe's, the cops, and the Canton Select Board. Julie Nagel, Brian Alberts Jr.'s friend, witness against Karen, was inside 34 Fairview, claims to have seen a vehicle outside and wasn't interviewed for multiple months after Karen was arrested. Called her brother for a ride, and as soon as he arrived, she decided to stay, but only for another hour-ish. Knows the Alberts. Julie Nagel. Carl Dougal, nickname Cuck Carl, a friend of John and Karen, who works at the Boston police officer and thinks Karen did it. Knows John O'Keefe and is a cop. Ole, you guys. Hey, Mom. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we've got Katie Hyde, phone data expert for the Commonwealth, performed other analysis on the phone data done by Trigger Guarino? Okay. Katie McLaughlin. Nothing. Ken Berkowitz. Oh boy. Former chief of Canton Police Department, randomly drove by a week after the crime and magically spotted pieces of Karen's taillight in the yard of 34 Fairview. Took a random drive. What? Knows the Alberts cop. Jesus. Like they're all cops, lawyers. I mean, if they got into a fight and they knocked him out cold and just threw him out of the house and he laid there and didn't get up again, I can see that sort of thing happening. And if something like that did happen, all these prominent people, they're not going to want that ish out. Not even a little bit. It's, it's horrific. Yes, absolutely. So in the playlist, there is a really good live to watch, and it is with that dog bite expert. So he trains cop dogs to bite, when to bite, how to, like, he has seen probably more dog bites than I know. I was pretty convinced by this guy when I seen him, James. I was pretty convinced. And just things that I've seen. But you know what? Again, different experiences, different opinions. That's the thing, P9. He was very, very credible. Every dog bite's different, every breed. Some shake, some pull, some nip. Yeah, you do. And he trained the canines. Like, he's the one that actually trained the dogs. He would pick them out, and he was the guy that would train these dogs to be cop dogs. And some of the videos he showed, it was like, whoa. And he said there's only certain ones that can actually do what they need to do. You know, they have to be able to let go at a certain time, but they also have to be aggressive, but aggressive to the right person, right? He said that he liked the males over the females because they will get more aggressive. The dog that was in the house, James, is a German Shepherd. I'll show you another picture of Chloe. So there's the dog there. And Chloe went missing just after this happened. She bit a couple of people. And I don't know if they put her down, if they rehomed her. I don't know where Chloe is. Nobody is really knowing where Chloe is. Yeah, I don't think that this has got anything to do with an actual car accident, not from the injuries that we've seen, right? It's not making sense. Okay, so Carrie Roberts is a friend of John's, was with Karen and Jennifer McCabe when they found John in the yard. Not present at 34 Fairview that we're aware of the night of the M. She knows John O'Keefe. She knows the McCabes. Kevin Albert, Uncle Kev, is Brian's brother. Detective for the Canton Police Department. A video John sent him and text logs between him and John were recently turned over in discovery, aware of John calling and tipping off police to substance activity in his neighborhood. Aware of John calling and tipping off. Okay, so knows John O'Keefe, knows the Alberts McCabes, a cop and a town employee. Wow. More cops, more attorneys, more cops, married to a cop, kid of a cop. Kevin Reddington is an attorney. She is Jennifer McCabe's attorney, trying to prevent Jennifer from having to turn over her phone. Jennifer McCabe's attorney. Why do these people not want anyone to have access to their phones? What is going on? I mean, can't they just subpoena them? Lisa Criselio? Matthew McCabe, double D's. Not a cop. Just Jennifer McCabe's husband. Saw tire tracks in the road from the inside of the house, supposedly showing a 3-point turn. but didn't see John's big dead body in the V of the tracks. Not elusive photos. Let's see what we got here. So Matt McCabe. Matt McCabe. Okay. Friend of the Alberts, McCabe. Is a McCabe on the Canton Select Board. Vroom. Megan McCabe Mellon. Okay. Michael Lank. Knows the Alberts McCabe's police. Detective Sergeant in Canton, long family friend of Chris Albert, only officer who went in 34 Fairview. Okay. So he was in the house. Michael Lowren, town employee. Snowplow driver. Michael W. Morrissey is the Norfolk District Attorney and is under the lawyer judge because he is the Norfolk County District Attorney. Michael W. Morrissey. Michael Proctor, Massachusetts State Trooper and the lead investigator. Knows the Alberts, knows the McCabe's, is a cop, and that's what we have. Michael Trotta. Town employee. Okay. Nicholas Guarino is a Massachusetts State Trooper. Conducted the phone data extractions on various phones. Not an expert. Acts like one, but either he does incomplete downloads or doesn't provide anything to the defense. And did the same in the Sandra Birchmore case. Also did phone extractions in the Walsh case. Oh, yeah. Nick Marathias? Okay. Nicole Albert. Nickname is Coco. Married to Brian Albert, sister to Jennifer McCabe, owner of 34 Fairview. You see how they're all intertangled? Albert McCabe's cops again. Paul Gallagher. Nada. Paul O'Keefe. John O'Keefe's brother. Knows John O'Keefe, knows Karen Reed, and the cops. Just brutal. Look at all these people, like the names go on and on and on. How's it going over here? I really recommend people go into that playlist and look at the dog expert live stream, because there is a lot in there, and it explains a lot of stuff in layman's terms. Yeah, exactly. Small town, lots of relatives. Everybody knows everybody. I was bitten on the leg by a police dog. Didn't look like that, but it was only one bite. I'm not sure. The phones will show their movements. That's it. Like, they are not turning over their phones. No, not doing it. So I don't know how that works, especially in a capital case. Like, what? Well, I don't know. I shouldn't absolutely say it's capital. I don't know what the marks are. I don't believe they came from a car, though, but I'm just questioning the way they look. It is. And there's lots of people involved. Oh, do you think so? Postmortem. Mortem. Yeah, gotcha. If it was glass, there'd be particles in the wounds. Not sure what metal would leave behind, though. But was this guy's shirt all chewed up like his arm? No, he was wearing like a t-shirt type thing. Yeah. Agreed. You think they look like old ones, possibly? Yes. Yes. I'm gonna have to look. Yeah, exactly. There's a small clip out there that shows what he was wearing at the bar. Small towns playing good old boy games. I think you're right. I think they just all figured they would handle it internally and it would go away. But it's not. It's not going away. Okay, so Richard Green, certified computer forensic examiner, defense expert, performed forensic data analysis on phone data from the state. For John O'Keefe, an expert for the defense. Ryan Nagel, nada. Sarah Livingston. I don't know where these guys all with no information. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure it'll come clear at one point, but Sean Goad. With the police. Sean McCabe. Matthew McCabe's brother told Turtleboy that they were going to bury his body at Auntie Bev's, the judge, seaside cottage. Knows the McCabes. Is a McCabe. Stephen Mullaney. Police and town employee. Stephen Scanlon. Steve Seraph. Cop, town employee, was the first to arrive at the scene at 34 Fairview. Thomas W. Theodore. Not sure, guys. Tim Albert. Fredo, the nobody of the family. Oh. Brian Chris Kevin Albert's brother. Is an Albert, knows the McCabe's. Tom Beatty. Tom Collier. Tom Collier? Nope. Tristan Morris, dating Caitlin Albert, Nicole and Brian's daughter. Supposedly picked up Caitlin from the house at midnight. Knows the Alberts. Yuri, okay. Buckenick. Cops. Okay. So those are the players. How many have we got going there again? 70. 70. Come on. Hola, guys. So that's the players. Yeah. Yeah, he was like kind of a wild card that came in, isn't he? In the days and she owned internet, good luck with that thought process. Nothing goes away. Oh, it's there. Yeah. In the days of the internet. I'm not sure. Let's ask Siri. Hey, Siri. What is the population of Canton?
As of 2020, the population of Guangzhou was 18,676,000.
Guangzhou? Are you kidding me? Siri. Population of Canton, New York.
In 2020, the population of Canton was 11,638.
So yeah, not a bunch. Not a bunch at all. So that is a good reason. I know, right? So that explains why everybody knows what they know. These little towns. Now, let's see here. What's going on here? Quite a bit. So these are different witnesses and what they provided. And I'm noticing over here that we do have the documentation. The times of the interviews and the location of the interviews. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Mom. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Give me a second here, friends. So can you guys see that very well? Actual dog bites versus what is on John O'Keefe. Can you see that okay? Hey, Shauna. You see those okay? Image of a hunter in Georgia attacked by dogs versus John O'Keefe. Do you think they're similar at all? What do you guys think? A? What do you guys think, A? That's what I thought. Well, one's on like a corpse, so it's going to look different. I would think. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty close. So, yeah. So we've got the witnesses. So we have Nicole Albert or Coco. We've got Brian Albert, Caitlin Albert, Christopher Albert, Julie Albert, Brian Albert Jr., Colin Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Sarah Levinson, Matthew McCabe, Brian Higgins, Julie Anna Nagel, Carrie Roberts, Ryan Nagel, Richie D. and Tuano, Heather Maxon, Tristan Morris, Karen Reed, Nicholas, Kolokatas, Karen with the same last name, Katrina, I'm sorry. Karina, not Katrina or anything. Katie McLaughlin, Dr. Irini Scortibello, Dr. Renee Stonebridge, Dr. Frank Sheridan, so those are the witnesses. So there is an awful lot of documents. I've got quite a few of these, if not all of these already. Discovery, the interviews, locations, date turned over, video footage, proficiency testing records, law enforcement, Morrissey, the letters, and some questions. Things that need answering. Then we've got the timeline. And the sources. There is a lot in here, friends. There is a lot. Oh, down. You think the one looked a little bit deeper, Shauna? So out of the names that we just went over, is there anybody that you're still a little curious about? You want to remember? You want me to go over one more time? So as far as the other document that we started, I did not get through the whole document yet. I got a few pages in, and then I got busy with some other stuff that popped up. So I'm not quite ready to go through the rest of that yet. And I think we've basically got everybody that could possibly be involved to this point. I think we've got everybody. The extra information that's in there, I think maybe we will do a little bit later. I wanted to basically get the players, get familiar with them, and I will do another stream, and we will finish taking a look at this document. We should be able to get through it, I'm thinking, in one stream, I'm hoping. But as it stands right now, we've been going for about an hour and a half. So that maybe everybody would like to stretch, move around a little bit, maybe have a bite to eat, coffee. So that is what I had for you for this particular stream. So don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you smash that bell. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry about that, guys. Right beside me. So yeah, everybody seems comfortable with where we are at right now. Then what I'll do is I will set up another stream, and we will go through, I think we can get through the rest of this particular PowerPoint. So guys, thank you very, very much for hanging out with me. And like I say, smash that bell so you know when we're going to do the next stream. And I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.